Question number 1. Which flag is set in assembly language to indicate a negative result?
On track. Sign flag is the correct answer.
Question number 2. Which register is used as the stack pointer in x86 assembly language? Good thinking. ESP is the right answer. Question number 3. What is the purpose of direct memory addressing in assembly language?
Great thinking. To access main memory directly is the right choice.
Question number 4. What is the purpose of the assembly language translation worksheet? Nice work. You chose to help learners design their own assembly language program, and it is correct. Question number 5. Which of the following is not a valid assembly language instruction? Smart pick. Mul is the correct choice. Question number 6. What is the purpose of the Lee instruction in x86 assembly language? Nicely done. Load an effective address is a solid answer. Question number 7. Dash is needed to convert a high-level language to machine language. Nice selection. Compiler is the correct and valid answer. Question number 8. Which section is used for declaring variables in assembly language? Good job. Your answer, the B section, works well here. Question number 9. Which of the following is a typical task performed by an assembler? You chose translate assembly code into machine code. And it is correct. Question number 10. What are some common applications of assembly language programming? Strong choice. Embedded systems, device drivers, operating systems, and low-level programming is the right answer. Question number 11. Which assembly language instruction is used to perform subtraction? Bravo. Sub is the answer. Question number 12. Application-oriented languages EC, ++ Java, Pascal, Visual Basic Dash. Exactly. High-level language makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 13. What is the role of an assembler in assembly language programming? Excellent choice. To directly translate assembly language into binary machine code is the right answer. Question number 14. Each assembly instruction usually has an address or data called an. Sharp thinking. Operand is the right choice. Question number 15. Write assembly code to move the value in register A to register B. Well picked. Move BA is the correct answer. Question number 16. The software used to drive microprocessor-based systems is called. You got it. Your choice assembly language is right. Question number 17. How is control flow implemented in assembly language programming? Great job. Using conditional and unconditional jump instructions is the accurate answer. Question number 18. Which programming language is the main language for Android apps? Perfect. Java is the correct choice. Question number 19. What program translates assembly language into machine language? Right choice. The assembler is the best answer. Question number 20. What program is used to convert assembly code into machine code? Well reasoned. Assembler is the correct choice. Question number 21. Which of the following is not a high-level programming language?
Clear logic. Your choice assembly is sound and 100% true.
Question number 22. What is the syntax for the move instruction in assembly language?
Well done. Move is the right choice.
Question number 23. What is the main advantage of writing code in assembly language?
Smart move. It produces faster, more efficient code is an accurate answer.
Question number 24. What is the purpose of the flags register in assembly language? Correct. To store the status of the processor is the right answer.
Question number 25. What is the primary accumulator register in assembly language?
Excellent. X is a brilliant choice. Question number 26. How are selection and iteration achieved in assembly language? Solid response. By using labels and branch commands is a valid choice. Question number 27. What did assembly languages substitute the binary codes with?
You're right. Simple sequences of letters is the correct answer.
Question number 28. Write assembly code to multiply the value in register by 2. Right again. Ada, A is a valid answer. Question number 29. In assembly language, what does the mnemonic NOP stand for? Correct response. No operation is the most accurate answer. Question number 30. What does assembly language require to be turned into binary? Valid point. An assembler is true. Question number 31. What does the instruction AND do in x86 assembly language? Great thinking. Logical and operation is the right choice. Question number 32. What translates assembly language into binary machine code? Good thinking. Assembler is the right answer. Question number 33. Assembly language consists of many types of instructions X. Excellent. All of the above is a brilliant choice. Question number 34. What are the basic commands in assembly language used for? Strong choice. Input-output operations and data manipulation is the right answer. Question number 35. Before a computer can understand a program, it must be dash. On track. Translated into its machine code is the correct answer. Question number 36. What does the directive DB specify in assembly language?
Nice work. You chose data byte, and it is correct. Question number 37. What does the assembly language allow programmers to do?
Exactly. Substitute binary codes with mnemonics makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 38. What is the purpose of the assembly language instruction? Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer. Question number 39. What does the B section in assembly language stand for? Correct. Block started by symbol is the right answer. Question number 40. In assembly language, the instruction push is used to. Clear logic. Your choice push a value onto the stack is sound and 100% true. Question number 41. What does the text section in assembly language contain? Nice selection. The actual code is the correct and valid answer. Question number 42. What are the reasons of not using the assembly language? Solid response. A and B is a valid choice. Question number 43. The FEMSP instruction in assembly language is used to. You got it. Your choice compared to strings is right. Question number 44. Choose the wrong symbol of data in assembly language. Great job. And decimal value is the accurate answer.
Question number 45. What is the Little Man computer often used for?
Smart move. To help students learn assembly language basics is an accurate answer. Question number 46. Which of the following is called low-level languages? Perfect. Both of the above is the correct choice.
Question number 47. What were the very first programming languages like?
Well reasoned. Direct machine code languages using binary combinations is the correct choice. Question number 48. What is the language with the most native speakers? Nicely done. Chinese is a solid answer. Question number 49. How many registers are there in assembly language? Correct response. No fixed number is the most accurate answer. Question number 50. Choose operator for addition in assembly language. Good job. Your answer add works well here. Question number 51. A machine language instruction format consists of. You're right. Operation code field and operand field is the correct answer. Question number 52. Choose the addition formula in assembly language. Valid point. Destination plus source and result stored in destination is true. Question number 53. What is the only thing that computers understand? Bravo! Machine code is the answer. Question number 54. What is the primary purpose of assembly language? Well picked. To provide a human-readable representation of machine code is the correct answer. Question number 55. What is the exam specification for assembly code? Sharp thinking, design, write, test, and refine an assembly program is the right choice. Question number 56. What is the mnemonic used for in assembly code? Right again. To replace the binary opcode with a word is a valid answer. Question number 57. What did the assembly program in the video do? Right choice. Added two numbers is the best answer. Question number 58. There is dash passive assembly in the assembler. Smart pick. 2 is the correct choice. Question number 59. How many levels of computer program language? Well done. 3 is the right choice. Question number 60. What language is Brazil's official language? You chose Brazilian Portuguese, and it is correct.
Question number 61. The middle-level language is...
You chose assembly language, and it is correct. Question number 62. Which one of these is an assembly language? Nice selection. ARM is the correct and valid answer. Question number 63. What does assembly code allow humans to do? Smart pick. Write code that speaks directly to the processor is the correct choice. Question number 64, also known as conventional machine language. Well picked. Instruction set architecture is the correct answer. Question number 65. What is assembly language commonly used in? Great thinking. Embedded systems is the right choice. Question number 66. What are assembly languages classified as? Smart move. Low-level languages is an accurate answer. Question number 67. microprocessor understands dash language.
Well reasoned. Machine language is the correct choice.
Question number 68. What is a mnemonic in assembly language?
Strong choice. A symbolic name of an opcode is the right answer.
Question number 69. What classifies all assembly languages?
Right again. Low-level languages is a valid answer.
Question number 70. Implemented using bipolar transistors.
Nice work. You chose digital logic, and it is correct.
Question number 71. Why were assembly languages created?
Bravo. To substitute binary codes with easier sequences is the answer.
Question number 72. Why do we learn assembly language?
Excellent. All of the above is a brilliant choice.
Question number 73. High-level program languages.
Correct. Bahasa Aras Tinggi is the right answer.
Question number 74. Dash language uses mnemonics.
Sharp thinking. Assembly language is the right choice.
Question number 75. What does MUV do in assembly?
On track. Copies data from one location to another is the correct answer.
Question number 76. What is assembly language?
Perfect. A low-level programming language is the correct choice.
Question number 77. What is machine language?
Excellent choice. Computer's own language is the right answer.
Question number 78. Low-level languages.
Correct response. Machine language is the most accurate answer.
Question number 79. What is assembly code?
Right choice. A programming language that uses mnemonic codes is the best answer.
Question number 80. What does out mean? Solid response. Output is a valid choice. Question number 81. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? You got it? Your choice contact Narayan Changdar is right.